Welcome back. So the other day, one of the commenters asked me, with a budget of USD 350, what are the options we have? First of all, let us convert to Malaysia Ringgit because I'm comparing prices using this currency. So after conversion, the price will be around 1,470 Ringgit. And let us look at the recommended retail price of a few tablets, the RRP. So first of all, Huawei MatePad 11.5 2025 Paper Matte Edition. So this one retails for RM1599 and it comes with the M Pencil 3 and also the keyboard cover. However, during discount period like now, I'm able to get it around 1,407 Ringgit in Malaysia. Okay. This is just for reference because different countries may have different pricing. So I'm using Malaysia as an example. So this tablet is a good note-taking tablet. And if you want to read PDF, this is also a pretty decent tablet to read PDF because of the paper matte display and also the ratio, which is 3:2. 3:2. And if you hold it vertically, it is closer to a book than other tablets like Samsung, which has probably 16:10. So I will prefer this size for book reading. However, do expect that it may have problem with some Google sign-in action because for now I'm seeing an exclamation mark on my Google account. I'm still able to use all the services, but I'm not sure why there's an exclamation mark there. I'm not able to verify it, but I'm able to use my Google account like normal. So I just ignore it. But do expect to have something like this down the road. And also, all the Huawei tablets are running either on 4.3 or 4.2 Harmony OS. Okay, this is as of now. For the later version, I'm not sure what version they will give. But now, this one, I have Harmony OS 4.2 and my other newer MatePad is running on Harmony OS 4.3. Okay? Anyway, this is not important. Okay? Harmony OS 4 itself is more crucial because this is based on Android 12. Okay? And Android 12 is like few years back. So if you are concerned about this, then it's better to get something else. Alright. The next option we have will be the Xiaomi Pad 7, which has two variants. One will be the 128GB, the other will be the 256GB. The difference between these two will be the storage type. The 128GB version is using UFS 3, 3.1 maybe. The 256GB version is using UFS 4 point something, okay, 4.x, okay, something I don't know. But confirm this is using UFS 4, which is the newer version of storage. And this will be faster in terms of read and write speed. Also, if you buy the more expensive version, the 256GB variant, it comes with the Xiaomi Focus Pen. This is for the Malaysian market. I'm not sure about overseas market. But Malaysian market, this one comes with the Xiaomi Focus Pen. And the whole package will be 1599. If you don't mind the slightly slower speed, you can consider this one to save some money. And as of now, this one only comes with the tablet. So if you add on the Focus Pen, I can see that the price will be around 1,437 Ringgit. Okay, anyway, you can see that even at this official store, the price of the tablet itself is also cheaper by almost more than 100 Ringgit. So it's a good thing. Overall, you are between the expected price or expected budget of 1,470. Okay? Oh, by the way, this one also comes with video out. So if you want to connect this to a monitor, you can do so. Just plug in the HDMI to USB-C cable and you're good to go. The next option will be the Huawei MatePad 11.5S from last year, 2024, paper matte display. This tablet I'm using now is the 11.5S. Okay, based on Antutu, I can see that the UFS is also 3 point something. When I bought this tablet, it comes with M Pencil, keyboard cover and mouse. And I bought it for 1525.85. So it's like 1,500 plus, slightly above our budget, but not by much. It's within 100 ringgit. Okay, so I think it's acceptable. But as of now, I think in Malaysia, I'm not able to find this one anymore at this price at least. So if you are in overseas, maybe your country may have a special discount for this model, so you can consider this. In fact, if this model is available, I will buy this instead of this 2025 paper matte display, because I find that the performance in terms of benchmark is not too far apart other than gaming, because I see that the gaming benchmark on this one feels a bit weird. Not sure why, but I'm not using this for gaming, so I don't care. One benefit of this is that this one actually has video out. Again, you can just plug in USB-C and HDMI and you can connect to the monitor. This is more useful, I believe, compared to gaming. Again, this is running on Harmony OS 4.2, and this means that the same thing will occur on this device in the future. I cannot guarantee the Google, annoying thing will occur, but be prepared for it if you consider using Harmony OS. Alright, and I don't think Huawei will actually give you major update. So yep, what you buy is going to be what you get forever. You may get some security patches, but that's about it. And the last option, this will be something that I will buy personally. The iPad A16. Nothing, just tablet, retail price 1599, and currently I can get it for 1471.52 including the Apple Pencil, which is good. If I buy the tablet alone, I think it's even cheaper, but I just include everything to make it more proper for this presentation. So iPad S16 also has video out, which is good. And now you have stylus, you have tablet, and you can actually do your PDF thing, note taking, and so on. In fact, if you don't want to buy the official Apple Pencil, there are a lot third-party stylus in the market that retails for around 40 to 60 ringgit. 40 ringgit is more or less like 10 USD, so it's pretty affordable. That's why I'm going to get this, because this is going to have a longer support period compared to other tablets, and this is something I really cherish, and that's something I really want, because using iPad is a pretty good experience. However, not everybody likes to use Apple products, so I do understand that. So if you want Android, you can probably consider Xiaomi Pad 7 within your budget. Okay. Other honorable mentions will be like Honor Pad V9. You can probably get it below this recommended retail price. I got mine for like around 1,650 ringgit, so it's above your budget. But if you can extend your budget or stretch a bit, then you can consider this. But Honor again is not famous for their major updates. You can probably get 1 to 2 major updates, and that's about it. But still, Honor is running on the newer Android version. Currently, I'm on Android 15, so it's all good. I'm expecting Android 16 soon. Not sure if I'm going to get Android 17, but let us see down the road. So this one comes with Honor Magic Pencil 3 and also the Honor Choice keyboard. Alright. And this one doesn't support video out. So if you need that, then probably you won't be considering this. And lastly, we have Oppo Pad 3. Currently, this is considered an older product because this was launched maybe early this year in Malaysia. And this has video out. But currently, I don't see this comes with any keyboard. It only comes with free casing and selling at 1799. If you need the keyboard or the stylus, you have to buy it separately, so it may be much more over your budget. So yeah, I just put it here just in case you want to refer, because when I bought it that time, I bought it around 1008 including the stylus and the keyboard. Alright, so this is just honorable mentions, not within our budget of 1470. Alright, it's good to know. So based on my own preference, I actually will get iPad A16 followed by Xiaomi Pad 7. For Huawei, if you can accept the downside of Huawei, then you can consider, like what I mentioned earlier. Okay, so I think that's about it. Oh, I missed out one tablet. There's actually another tablet that you can consider. It is Samsung Tab S10 Lite. This one was launched recently. It is not a very powerful tablet, but if you just want to use it for note taking and also PDF reading, then this one is definitely worth to be considered. You can probably get this at a price of around 1,200 ringgit in Malaysia or below, and it comes with the S Pen and also a keyboard case. And this keyboard case is not officially Samsung, but is some company related to Samsung. So the build quality is actually not bad. Alright, it's a Bluetooth keyboard, but personally I still prefer something from Samsung directly. Anyway, keyboard case to me is not important as of now, because what I really enjoy will be the S Pen. Okay, the benefit of using S Pen compared to other brands, be it Huawei, be it Xiaomi, or be it Apple, is that you don't need to charge this thing. Okay, you can just use without charging, and this is really nice. And most important of all, you can actually use other S Pen from other Samsung tablets or handphone or devices, and they can just use directly. So in case you lose your S Pen, it's easy to replace compared to other brands. And it's also very cheap to replace if you get some third-party S Pen. Alright, not too expensive. So this is not a very powerful tablet, but this one does give you 7 major Android updates. So this is good for the long run, and this is running on full Android, not Harmony OS. And Samsung is also famous for, I think in terms of software issues, I think they have lesser. I do encounter some software issues on this device, but compared to what I see on Xiaomi, then I think Xiaomi has more problems. Okay, it's not very major problem, but some tiny thing that will annoy you a little bit. Yeah, so in terms of software, I think I will give it to Samsung. It is not something very pretty, and it's using a ratio of 16:10. So if you read something vertically, it will become like elongated, a bit longer, but still not too bad, just not as good as other tablets. Alright. By the way, I also missed out something. The Samsung will be 11 inch. It's actually 10.9 I think, but we just call it 11 inch. iPad is 11 inch. And iPad ratio is different from 3:2 or something like that. It's using its own ratio. I can't remember. You can just Google about it. For the Huawei MatePad, of course, it's 11.5 for both of these. And for Xiaomi Pad 7, it is actually 11.2 diagonally. Okay, so there are some differences in size, but I don't think it's very major. And yep, I think they are pretty much comparable against each other. Okay, so before I finish my video, let me just briefly go through all the tablets that I mentioned. So this is Huawei MatePad 11.5 PaperMate 2025, and this one is a very good note-taking device, and if you want to read PDF, no problem. So 3:2 ratio, PaperMate display, very nice to write on, and the back looks something like this. Okay, overall I think it's the best note-taking tablet by far if I compare all the tablets I mentioned. Of course, the MatePad S will be something similar. Okay, so this is the Huawei MatePad 11.5S from 2024. So the back will be something like this. Okay. In fact, I think this is prettier than the 2025 MatePad, because after all, this one is also more expensive. In terms of software experience, this again is the good old Huawei. Note-taking, very good. PaperMate, very good. And PDF reading, no problem. 3:2 ratio, as usual. Alright. So the next one will be Xiaomi Pad 7. So I've updated this to Android 16. Overall, Xiaomi build quality is pretty nice, pretty decent. If you want a more pure Android device, you can consider this. But in terms of note-taking, this one is not giving me the best experience. So I will recommend you to get a third-party app, you know, something like Kilo Notes or something like that, if you want a better note writing experience. It does get the job done for the normal note, but it is not comparable to what Huawei can offer. In terms of PDF reading, no problem. And this ratio is also 3:2, very nice to read on. Okay. Alright, next we have the iPad A16. So this one is similar in terms of design to the previous generation. Just at the back here, I think it's a bit plain now. I think previous generation has some wording here, if not mistaken. So I think a lot of you may be familiar with this design. Personally, I do like to read PDF on this or any books, because this feels pretty natural when I hold it vertically, and this device is not heavy. Okay, if you compare side by side with the Xiaomi Pad 7, this one looks more like a book, right? I'm not sure, but personally I do prefer this one. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, next we have the Honor Pad V9. So this is pretty much similar to the Huawei MatePad 11.5S. This one has a pretty unique design. Okay, it's a bit feminine if you ask me. So if you don't mind, then I think it's okay. But if you want something more masculine, then maybe not this. But personally, I don't mind. I feel that it looks alright, looks unique. So yep. But this one again is just an honorable mention. It's not within our budget, so it's good to know. Next off, we have the Oppo Pad 3. This one does look like a book in terms of ratio. This one has a 7:5 ratio, where Oppo call it the read fit display. So if you ask me, I really enjoy reading things on this device, and this one has a matte display, which is very good. Unfortunately, the writing experience on this device is not good. Writing normal characters is okay, but if you want to draw lines, then you may see some wobbliness in your line. It is actually better now after some updates, but still the wobbliness is still there, more or less. So yeah, it's not that good. Maybe if I change to other application, it will be better, but I didn't try it yet. So yep. Anyway, this is not being considered because the price is out of our budget. But just to let you know, this is a pretty decent device for reading. Okay. And what else? Oh, this one also has another major problem, whereby using Microsoft Office on this device will have problem. You cannot change the font, you cannot change the font size and font type. So there's no fix yet, and I think Oppo is not going to fix it. So if you plan to use Microsoft Office or Microsoft 365 on this device, I highly not recommend this one. But if you want a good reading device, then this one pretty decent. Good screen, good ratio, and a paper mat. Alright. Next we have the Samsung, which I've mentioned earlier, so nothing much to talk about now. But one thing I missed out earlier is that note-taking, this device is good because it comes with Samsung Notes, and Samsung Notes is something very powerful and very decent to use. So this is a very good very good note-taking device. But when it comes to PDF reading, then maybe the ratio is a bit not so good if you compare to other options. Still, you are able to read if you don't mind. If you do mind vertical ratio, then you can consider reading it horizontally. So flip your book like this. Alright. Okay, I think that's all I want to show. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day ahead.